Well, hello everybody. It's day 2 here at IBS, and we're so excited to be here. Today is our first ceremony, not ceremony, but session fireside chat with the amazing Sara Williams. Hi, Sara.
Hi, how are you?
I am fantastic. It's good to see you today.
So good to see you too.
Awesome. Today we're talking about a complete sales journey and what that looks like here in 2026. You've been on your own unique sales journey. You were at ECI, then you went to another company, you worked for builders, you've done some things on your own. Talk to me about how this entire sales journey has been for you, and now you're back with us.
I'm so excited to be back with ECI. It's like coming home.
Okay.
It's been like the band is back together.
That's
and
right.
I have some amazing new teammates that I never got to work with, like yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked for homebuilders for over a decade, and then I went into tech and I joined Lasso CRM. I was a Lasso CRM customer. I was a Mark Systems customer as well in my builder days. So that really helped me be able to tell the story of when I was an OSC and I helped train on-site sales agents on Lasso to sell Lasso. So I had such great success. I was the first OSC of the year. Way back when, the first year they ever had it, Lasso was the tool that got me there.
Yeah.
So when I joined Lasso, that is my story, that I can't do a job of a salesperson without a good CRM.
Yeah.
And then from there, I worked for Lasso when it was based in Vancouver, and then ECI acquired Lasso 4 years into my journey there. And so I got to join the ECI team, and I was with ECI for 2 years, selling Lasso and LotView, which was fantastic. And that was before we had the whole sales suite, which we have today.
Right.
From there, I went out and worked for 2 other technology firms, learned a lot about other technologies that are helping the industry, and simultaneously ECI was growing, bringing similar products into their sales suite.
Okay.
Full circle, right? I went out on my own for a little bit. Now I'm back here at ECI, and I get to bring all that knowledge with me and all of my old skill sets that I learned here at ECI to sell the sales suite for our current clients and future clients.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited.
We're excited to have you because you bring such a wealth of knowledge and experience from around the industry. What have you seen in your journey as working with builders, as consulting others? What have you seen in disconnected systems? What have you seen in disconnected teams that have maybe hindered growth and expansion from within builders within their systems?
Well, a couple things that I've seen is also like disparaged systems that don't talk to each other,
Right.
Systems that builders feel like they'll come to a show like we're at today at IBS and just start buying different products,
Okay.
and then they get back home and they're like, I got all these products because I heard something great about them,
Right.
but now I don't know how to implement them. I don't know how to apply them in the business. I don't know how to connect them.
Yeah.
I don't have a sales strategy. I don't have a strategy at all. And I see that time and time again that folks will buy systems without a strategy and without having a plan to implement, and also a way to onboard their sales team to use them. So I've seen that year over year, no matter where I've been, no matter what I've sold. And here at ECI, as you know, we have that taken care of for our clients. We help them implement, we help them train, we can help them with sales strategy and bring it all together with our sales suite.
You said something very, very key. You said a plan to onboard.
Correct.
And I've been a part of being onboarded with different tools without a plan, and it's very, very painful.
Correct.
Why is having a plan prior to looking at software or implementing software, why is that so critical and so important for a sales team, for a marketing team? Why does that matter? Why should they even be thinking about implementation before purchasing?
Well, depending on the product that they would be purchasing and trying to implement, you really need to understand, what is this product going to do for my company? Like, what do I need it to do?
Okay.
And how is it going to plug in? And how is it going to be used by either my team, my sales team or marketing team, or how my consumer is going to interact with it if it's consumer facing, and really laying out the buyer's journey if it's on the buyer side, or even how's a salesperson going to take someone through the buyer's journey on the back end if it's a back end tool? So how is this all going to play into the overall ecosystem of the builder? So that's the plan. It's like having some forethought and really laying it out, like where are we going and where are we heading? Not to say you have to do it all at once,
Okay.
but knowing where you're going as a team, so then you know when the right time is to bring other systems in.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I think one thing too that sometimes we fail to mention or people don't really realize is that implementation and even consulting is different in ECI. It's because we have individuals like yourself that have been in the industry, not like 1 or 2 years, but like decades of experience who have been in the trenches, have like eaten dirt, been buried and died and came back to life. So you can help really navigate builders through any question they have. We've got a team and resources to help them.
Correct. I think the biggest thing when you talk to our team is that we were in their seat.
Yeah.
I had to purchase the technology that they are shopping and vetting.
Okay.
So I can empathize with the overwhelmingness of what the decisions and all of the options, because as time keeps going, more and more companies show up.
Right.
But I do think there's a few key things that our builders should think about when they're shopping.
Tell us.
Is that, one, how long has that company been in business?
Okay.
Two, is it vaporware or is it a real product? And it might be hard to tell.
Yes.
But definitely you want to talk to users and people that have used the product in real life and it didn't, not to say you can't be a beta tester on a product or try it, but that's usually if you trust the company. I feel like you would be the beta tester. Just going with a product or a brand new company that just showed up on the scene. Because companies come and go overnight. So a company like, Mark Systems, we have users that have been on that product for over 25 years. We have clients that have been with us for over 25 years. I alone have been a part of it, I always say the Lasso family, for 16 years.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen how it's grown and changed. I've met so many builders that have used the product. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, you just need to know that, there's longevity there, that there's, you just said it, that we have a team that's going to help you implement and help you train. And those humans that are going to be helping you do it, because it's not just all videos, it's actually humans that are going to help you do it, have all sat in the seat, have all worked for a home builder. They know the pains. They can empathize with your sales team and your marketing teams. So we've all did the job, and a lot of us have used the actual product
Right.
I would say, in the wild or in real life. From Mark Systems, our ERP system, to Lasso, to InSearch, and so on.
Awesome. We're talking about a sales journey. What have you seen in, let's say, the last 10 years, maybe 5 years? What has changed the most, you think, within the sales organization? Has anything changed that you've seen in sales, in home sales?
Oh, goodness. So some things have remained the same, and they're not always positive. A lot has changed, though. I mean, I've been doing this for over 20 years, so I make jokes all the time when I'm around the sales team. I say, guys, I used to sell homes out of a binder and a calculator. We didn't have ERPs in the beginning until we implemented Mark Systems, right?
Okay.
So I was literally, if I had fat fingered on the calculator, because smartphones weren't even available yet, so we didn't have calculators even on our cell phones. So that's how long I've been doing it. So I've seen, before websites were like mandatory, people
Right.
it was newspaper ads,
Yeah.
right? That's how we were driving traffic and billboards. So that alone, I've seen, not that you can't do a newspaper ad or a billboard today, but we didn't have, not every builder put all their marketing dollars. We didn't have Facebook. So so that's the 20-year journey.
Okay.
I know you said 10, but even in the past decade, goodness, and that's the time I've been in technology, I have seen more and more companies appreciate CRM.
Okay.
There's still plenty out there that are kind of winging it.
Yeah.
We talked earlier today, Charles, that there's still salespeople that are pushing back. And I will say to my builders, and this is like tough love right here, these are not the salespeople for you.
Okay.
If they're going to fight against the CRM, you probably need to reevaluate. And even if they're the top performer on your team, if they're not entering or electronically or manually that lead into the CRM, there is no way for your marketing team to be able to retarget and get that body, if they don't sell on that first visit, back to your company, right?
Can you say that one more time? Because I feel like we hear it, but we don't hear it. If I don't electronically have a record of a buyer and they don't buy the first time, what happens?
You lost them.
Okay.
It's a hope and a prayer, and that's not a strategy.
Yeah.
Hope and prayers is not a strategy. I remember my first boss in building told me that. Hope and prayers is not a strategy, Sarah. So I learned that in my early 20s. They're not, I mean, you hope that they're going to come back, but there's no way for you to re-engage with them. If you don't, I mean, if you're still using the paper card system, I mean, I laugh, but I know that builders are still using cards. I mean, they can get lost on the desk. They could,
100%.
or your salesperson could decide to resign tomorrow and take that card with you. All that money, that builder's money that they took to drive that person to either call and show up, whatever it is. If they're just calling and showing up, and if they do it online, where is that lead going if it's not going into a CRM? If they come in, is it going to sit in an email? Do you have access to that person's email? Because a CRM can track every email back and forth between your salesperson and their prospect and their home buyers. There's so many reasons you need a CRM, and if your sales folks are still fighting today, and I heard this in the booth, that some salespeople are still fighting that.
Why do you feel, or why would you think that salespeople are still pushing back? I mean, the CRM or some of these tools that are available to us now, there's so much technology and tools that can make life easier. Why do you feel like there's such a strong kickback? Because I've seen it as well, of resistance to tools.
So I've seen this not even just with CRM, in just general with regular technology. They are selling in spite of a process or in spite of technology. So sales are coming into your business in spite of having all these things. You're lucky.
Yeah.
That's luck. Luck does run out. Leads do dry up.
Right.
We all know that the economy shifts constantly. We're cyclical. I've been around for a very, very long time. I've been through recessions. I've been through COVID. I've seen it all. If you're relying on luck to run your business, you know, I feel like we all know what's going to happen, right? So a salesperson, good for you. You've been selling in spite of, but I said it earlier, like if you're relying on your memory and you're having a bunch of conversations, which before I used a CRM, going way back when, 17, 18 years ago, things slip through the cracks. And that is a sale. And how many sales you would have to ask yourself as a builder, can you afford to let slip through the cracks? Right? And the answer I would probably say today is none. Yeah. We can't afford to let any slip through the cracks. Right. And that's your answer. You need to have a system and accountability to make sure that you're, one, capturing every lead, and two, following up with every single lead. Because leads are expensive, and you have to be nurturing every single lead that comes into, whether it's a sales center, online, phone calls, however you're getting your leads today.
Awesome. How does the Sales Suite now tackle some of these issues of making sure that things don't slip through the cracks? How does that Sales Suite now kind of remedies for buyers and for builders who are maybe struggling or maybe questioning, do I have leads slipping through?
Well, here's the thing. Are you even getting leads? That's your first question.
Ooh.
What is your business's problem?
Okay.
Do you have enough leads? Are you lacking leads? So are you attracting leads? So that's the Sales Suite's going to solve for multiple things.
Wow.
We have attract.
Yeah.
We have engage.
Yeah.
We have convert.
Okay.
And then we also have the full cyclical, like, are you getting the referral? So then it's driving again additional leads. So we can solve for all of that here with the Sales Suite. So we have attracting, so Avid ratings, which is one of our products in our Sales Suite. Yeah. They can attract, and they also can help you with the referrals with surveys, and also showcasing those surveys on sites like Zillow. We are the exclusive ratings company that go onto Zillow. So all of those homes that you have on Zillow, you have the ratings for your company. AI, I know I'm a huge AI. I mean, the AI search and SEO, if someone searches like reviews for fill in the blank builder, and you're using our Sales Suite products like Avid, that's going to attract. And then once they land on your website, because you've attracted them, the engagement, which is in search, and then capturing, which is through a form on your website that goes right into Lasso, and then booking that appointment and nurturing that lead is the conversion, which Lasso can help you solve for that.
A true journey.
Correct.
Talk me a little bit about why now does having a connected system matter so much? Why is it important? You talked about the just getting a product and because it sounded good, or it looks snazzy. But why isn't it so important now to really think and stop to make sure these systems talk to one another and they integrate well?
Well, the buyer's journey.
Okay.
You want to, because again, if you've spent all that time attracting, now you're engaging. If it feels clunky, you don't have information on your website or something to keep them there, they're gonna pop off, right? They're gonna jump off your website. So having that strategy, having systems that move through and take that buyer through the journey is so important. But it's also like, how does it feel? Does it feel like they're entering lots of different companies, really?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these companies feel and look different on your website. You really want it to be seamless. You want it to be branded, and you want to feel good. You want to treat it. And then also, if someone were to walk into your sales center, which we also offer sales center tools, you don't want it to feel like they could get more information off your website than they can even in a digital experience in your sales center. So once they get there, that information is still the same, and we can do that through our in-search products. You can have that same information and that engaging technology for when they show up. And also, they can bring those brochures with them and say, this is what I priced out, this is what I created online, this is the home I want to buy. And we have those success stories here at ECI.
Awesome. Running out of time, but real quickly, we talked about the buyer journey, but how does these tools and having a seamless experience, how does that overflow into the employee experience with onsite, online, marketing, design? How does it bring them together? Does it even matter when we're trying to accomplish a sale?
So absolutely. I think, I speak as a salesperson all the time and like what I expect out of the company that I want to work for. So I think the investment in tools like this are expected of companies now. So I would never, and this is me, never join a company that does not have a CRM as a salesperson. I cannot function without a CRM as a salesperson. So that would be number one. So thinking of that as a builder, it's like, are you giving your teams the proper tools to succeed? Okay, so there's that. Also, your competitors, you have to look around. So if you're a salesperson or a marketer, are you helping them and showcasing your products in the best way? And marketers are looking for that marketing budget for digital. So these are things that I think employees are looking for out of their builders to attract the right talent to your team, but also so they can do their job and do it well and do it the way the buyers are shopping today. They're doing it online. If you're not investing in online tools and online capture tools, marketers and salespeople cannot succeed in the same way as potentially your competitors are. Because I can tell you builders across the country are investing this way. So you can't afford not to.
Awesome, love that. Is that it? But what's I guess I'll ask you your final question. What would be the final takeaway? It kind of sounds like that, but what's our final takeaway as we head from IBS going into the year? What do you see either investment-wise, or what are you looking forward to in this year, and what can builders do to meet that?
Well, I'm excited to meet any, the ECI current client base that I don't know, but for me personally, but for our industry, I'm ecstatic to see how we're transforming, how ECI is transforming with the Sales Suite, how we are bringing new products to our clients. We have a lot of things coming, so you need to call us and we can give you sneak peeks into what those are, from Lasso to Mark Systems to all of our products, right? So we have a lot of really great features. So I'm ecstatic about that for 2026. But I'm excited for our industry because I do feel like they're embracing technology, right?
Yeah.
So, and with AI and just the ways AI are helping builders just move and sales and marketers be able to use tools out there. I mean, I'm just excited for us as a technology firm to help our builders because it is the time for tech. I've been doing this and I feel like holding the banner as a change agent. So, and I'm continuing to do that. So there's still so many builders that I know that haven't started, and do not take this conversation as you're so far behind. There's still time. But let's get started today, because if you wait any longer, you will be further behind. So definitely now is the time. And if you've been using our products or have been curious about our products, we have so many exciting things that you need to come back, talk to us again, and things that maybe you haven't used. We have so many products here at ECI.
Love it, love it. Thank you so much for your time. If any questions, we're at booth S803087. Or if you're watching after IBS, obviously send a direct message and we will get in touch with you. Thanks so much, Sarah, for your time, and have a great day, guys.
Thank you.